Welcome to 21st Sports Recap and Reaction for the American League wildcard game played October 6, 2015 between the Houston Astros and the New York Yankees at Yankee Stadium in New York, New York. We're going to go over every at-bat, and we're going to go over the stats, and we're going to give our breakdown and analysis. And on the mound for the Houston Astros was Keuchel, and on the mound for the Yankees, Masahiro Tanaka. So those are the starters for these two teams. And starting out, of course, the Astros would bat first as the road team. Altuve struck out, and then Springer struck out. Tanaka struck out the first two batters, and then got Correa to fly out as he ended up setting down the side in order in the top of the first. So in the bottom of the first, Keuchel on the mound for Houston. Gardner struck out, then he walked Young, and then Beltran grounded out, and that brought Young to second, and then Rodriguez struck out. So 2 strikeouts for Keuchel in the inning, 2 strikeouts for each of these pitchers in the first inning. But that would bring the first inning to a close. So now in the top of the second, Colby Rasmus would lead off, and he took the first pitch he saw 400 feet to right field for the home run to put the first score on the scoreboard, as it was now 1-0 Houston over New York. Tanaka would then get Gaddis to fly out and Gomez to ground out. Valbuena then singled. Carter walked, so now you had 2 on, 2 out. Castro then walked, so now you had the bases loaded, but Altuve grounded into a fielder's choice, and so the top half of the second came to a close, but not after the Astros had put 1 run on the scoreboard. So it's 1-0 in the bottom of the second, and McCann grounded out. Headley struck out. Bird singled to get the first hit of the evening for the Yankees. Then Refsnyder grounded out, and that would bring the second inning to a close. So now on to the top of the third. Springer would hit a double to lead off the inning for the Astros. Then the next 3 batters got out as Correa, Rasmus, and Gaddis all got out. Correa and Gaddis grounded out, and in between Rasmus had flew out. So Tanaka got out of the inning after that leadoff double. So now the bottom of the third, Keuchel would send down the Yankees in order as he got Gregerson to fly out, and then he struck out Gardner and Young. So now to the top of the fourth, and it was 1-0 at this point. Carlos Gomez at the plate, and he takes the first pitch of this at-bat 424 feet to left field, and it was now 2-0 as the Astros put another run on the scoreboard. Valbuena would then strike out, Carter walked, and then Castro grounded into a double play. So Tanaka would get out the inning, but not after the Astros had added a second run to the scoreboard. So now on to the bottom of the fourth inning. Keuchel would set him down in order again, first by striking out Beltran, and then Rodriguez lined out and McCann grounded out. So that would bring us to the fifth inning. Tanaka still on the mound. He would set down the Astros in order in the top of the fifth, getting Altuve to ground out, Springer to ground out, and then Correa to line out. So now on to the bottom of the fifth. Keuchel would set down the Yankees in order yet again, as he got Headley to ground out, Bird to line out, and Refsnyder to fly out. So that was it after 5. It was still 2-0. Tanaka was done for the day, as Justin Wilson would come in to start the top of the 6th inning to relieve Tanaka. He walked the first batter he saw, Colby Rasmus, then Gaddis grounded into a double play, and then Gomez grounded out. So Wilson got through the 6th. Now on to the bottom of the 6th inning. Keuchel still on the mound for the Astros. He let up a single to Gregerson, and then he got Gardner to strike out swinging. Young ended up hitting into a fielder's choice. He was safe at first, but Gregerson was out at second. Beltran then singled, so now you had 2 on, and Rodriguez then flew out, and that brought a close to the 6th inning. So now on to the top of the 7th. It's 2-0 still, with the Astros in the lead. Wilson would end up coming out and facing Valbuena, and he got him to ground out, but then Betances would come out to relieve Wilson. So now he ended up walking Carter, and then Villar came in to pinch run for Carter. He ended up stealing second. Castro would end up striking out, but then Jose Altuve would hit a single to left field, and that brought Villar in from second base, and it was now 3-0 Astros over the Yankees. Altuve would steal second, but then Springer grounded out, and that would bring the top half of the 7th inning to a close, but not after the Astros had added a third run, an insurance run, as it was getting late in the game at this point, as we were now headed to the bottom of the 7th after the 7th inning stretch, and we would have Tony Sipp come in to relieve Keuchel, as Keuchel was done after 6 shutout innings. He also had 7 strikeouts in those 6 shutout innings for Dallas Keuchel off of just 3 days rest. So now McCann would fly out against Sipp, and then he walked Headley but struck out Bird. Ref Snyder would fly out, and the 7th inning would come to a close. So now headed to the top of the 8th inning, and Benson was still in there for the Yankees. He would actually strike out the side as he struck out Correa, Rasmus, and Gaddis. So after letting up that run in the top of the 7th, he comes out strong in the 8th, striking out the side. So now we go to the bottom of the 8th. Will Harris would now come in for Sipp. So Harris on the mound for the Astros. He would get Gregorius to ground out. Gardner would ground out as well. But then Ellsbury came in to pinch hit for Young, but he popped out. So the side went down in order, and we would go to the 9th inning. So now the top of the 9th inning, and we would have Gardner in left field, Ellsbury in center, as he had pinch hit for Young. And so Andrew Miller would come in to pitch for the Yankees as he relieved Betances. So now Lowry would hit for Gomez. Lowry flew out, and then Balbuena and Gonzalez both struck out. So that would bring a close to the top half of the 9th, and we were down to the bottom of the 9th as the Yankees were down to their final 3 outs. And if they did not score 3 runs, they would be eliminated. Of course, if they scored 4, they could have a potential walk-off. But Luke Gregerson had other thoughts about that, as Gregerson came in to relieve Harris and came in to close out this game. And he faced Carlos Beltran first. He struck him out swinging. And then he struck out A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez. Now 1 out away, McCann at the plate. He grounded out to short. And this game came to a close as the Astros eliminate the Yankees with the score 3-0. Gregerson gets the save, and of course Keuchel with the win, Tanaka with the loss. So what an exciting game. Only the 3rd time in baseball history that the Yankees have been shut out in an elimination game. The other 2 times it was in Game 7s back in 57 and in 55. 55, that was against the Dodgers. In 57, I think the Braves, they were in Milwaukee then. Although I could be wrong about that. If you know for sure, let me know in the comment section below. But in this game, not a lot of offense. Only 8 hits total in this game. Nobody had more than 1 hit. But there was 2 big hits. And that was by Colby Rasmus. And of course, by Carlos Gomez, those 2 home runs. And of course, there was another big hit, and that was by the smallest guy on the field, Jose Altuve, with that hit to left field that brought in Villar from second as he took off running with the ball. And I'll tell you, that was a crazy hit, too. He just kind of stuck his bat out there. That was definitely a ball, but he stuck his bat out there and drove it. He ended up pulling, which was crazy, too. You would have thought it would have went to the opposite field. But he got that one to go over to left. It dropped in. And they only needed 1 run, actually, the way that the pitching staff of the Astros pitched in this game. Of course, Keuchel set the tempo with those 6 shutout innings, 7 strikeouts, and then some excellent relief pitching by the Astros by Sipp, Harris, and Gregerson, especially in the 9th inning there. Gregerson striking out Beltran and Rodriguez, and then getting McCann to ground out. So excellent effort by the Astros, and they will be moving on to face Kansas City in the ALDS, and the Yankees are done. So Tanaka, just 5 innings. He allowed 2 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks in the loss. Dallas Keuchel, of course, I said the 6 innings, 7 strikeouts, just 1 walk, no earned runs, only 3 hits. Of course, Gregerson with the save and the 2 strikeouts in that inning. Harris in his inning did not allow any hits, did not allow any runs, nor did Sip. And Sip also had a strikeout and a walk. So between those 3 relievers, no hits, no earned runs. They were excellent. Of course, no earned runs by Keuchel either, only the 3 hits. Wilson for the Yankees, 1 inning and a third, and he only let up a walk, no hits, no earned. And then Betances, 1 2/3 innings. He had 4 strikeouts, but he did allow that earned run off of just 1 hit. He also had the 1 walk as well. And Miller came in and he had 2 strikeouts, no hits, no earned runs in the 1 inning that he pitched as he pitched the top of the 9th. So the Astros, some timely hitting. They got those 2 home runs. Like I said, the first pitch, they jumped on it, on Tanaka there. Rasmus, the first pitch of his at-bat. Gomez, the first pitch of his at-bat as well in the 2nd and in the 4th innings, both leading off the innings also. So it's interesting how they were able to jump on him right there, and that's how they jumped out to the lead early on. And then they played, a little bit of small ball there to add 1 in the 7th, with Carter getting that walk, and then with them bringing in Villar, as a pinch runner, stealing 2nd, and then that little bloop hit to left field by Altuve. Like I said, he just stuck his bat out there. That was a ball. It was funny, he planted his foot and he just kind of stuck his bat out there, just got the bat on the ball. Sometimes that's all you need to do to get a little bloop hit, and that was all they needed for Villar, who's very fast, as he showed. He just stolen 2nd, and he's got some guns on his legs, and he took off like a jet, propelled right for home plate, and that was the 3rd score, and that's really all they needed, especially the way they were pitching. Just excellent pitching by the Astros, and it was good to see the Astros get the win. The Yankees, the most decorated team in all of sports, baseball and all of sports. And the Astros, it's been a long time coming. They were in first place for most of the season. It was kind of a shame to see them, fall out, but here they made the wild card. They win the elimination game, and they're still playing in October. So it'll be interesting to see where things go from here. Of course, just a tremendous effort by Keuchel. He's 6 shutout innings off 3 days rest. And in the season, in the 22 innings he pitched against the Yankees in 3 different starts, he did not allow any earned runs. He owns the Yankees, and he steps up here with a big performance in the American League wildcard game. So let me know what you think in the comments section below. Definitely interested to read your thoughts and opinions. Thank you very much for listening. It's greatly appreciated. I hope you're having a good day and had a great weekend, and have a great weekend coming up. Even though we're right here, it's just Tuesday, but thank you very much for listening, and enjoy all the sports.